Bitcoin just crossed $47,000. We have one of the world's largest asset managers getting ready to do their seed rounds and investments into their spot ETF. And we're going to take a look at an altcoin that is literally going to print money for me in the next bull market. All this and more on today's Blockchain Basement. We are the bread and butter of all the information that's been swimming across the internet for crypto news.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Over 2 years, he's made like 17K on Roblox. And he's
What?
Like 12.
You never listen to me, and we must be married. Yeah, well, how much are you investing? $100.
400 to 600,000.
Do you
The
think it's
generational signals are now. Now.
You're spread so thin, that's how you get in on Snake. Snake's been my biggest winner.
What is up? Welcome on to the Blockchain Basement. What's up, Aaron? Everyone's asking who made the thumbnail. Aaron's behind a lot of what happens here in the Blockchain Basement.
I make all this, almost all the thumbnails for Discover Crypto as
He's up in
well.
there.
So if
Perfect.
you don't like them, it's me.
Anna, how was your weekend? How you doing?
Good, restful weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Went to the gym. I'm sore.
Someone hit your car in the gym parking lot.
Yeah.
Very sad.
That did happen.
You know, I was glad it wasn't the car that you're currently getting fixed. So, because that
Yeah.
would've
It
been
was
a
the
problem.
other one. That one, it's fine.
Owen, I know you don't have the microphone. Owen's up in here running the sticks. We have BJ's out of town at least for a week. Had some family stuff got to deal with. So
Hearts in the chat for BJ.
yeah, give some hearts
for
in the chat for
BJ.
BJ. Free Owen is taking over my chat once again. Unbelievable. Owen Allen out here dropping it. Man, what a fun weekend. I had a good weekend hanging out with the kids. I finally got a big TV. I've been holding off on getting a big TV for a very long time. And oh man, Owen Allen been deleted. Very sad. I still see you, C90 out there doing the work for me. But this weekend, I got a TV, and it was a sweet TV. We're playing Zelda on it. Everything's great, right? And the dog, I have this huge Cane Corso. He's got a heart of gold, about 140 pounds, very needy, very intelligent dog. And he realized that the actual TV and the interaction with that is getting more attention than him. So he ate the controller to my TV this morning. 2 days old on the TV, just getting eaten alive by the dog.
So what are you going to do
Unbelievable.
about that?
I had to buy a new one. I had to buy a new dog. No, I got a new remote, rather.
Well, that works.
I love the dog. He's very good. He's a good boy. And then I have this problem with my chickens, basically taking over the section of neighborhood that I have. So my neighbor is trying to sell his house, and I'm trying to contain all the roosters so they don't attack the real estate agents.
How many roosters you got?
I got 3.
I thought you're supposed to only have one.
Yeah, allegedly. But I
Okay.
I have
That's what I
2
thought.
of them that get along like within the main group, and then there's one that I named Rogue, and he's out in the woods, but then he comes back. He's got his own girlfriend. He picked up a girlfriend from the main group, went off to the sunset with her, and I just cannot contain that guy. I cannot do it. So that's been my weekend.
You know what's one thing I've noticed where we live, Drew?
What?
The 2 common sounds out there, roosters and gunshots.
Yes.
Really?
You have competing roosters.
Yeah.
That's what you have.
You can
Y'all
shoot
not-
out there. Yeah.
Y'all don't have like coyotes.
Oh yeah, we have. Well, they call them what is it, wolf yotes or whatever, they're like wolf coyote hybrids.
I don't know.
I've heard those out. They are out where we live.
I've
don't
heard 'em.
get
It's
the
wild.
chickens?
Yeah.
Or roosters?
Yes, the chickens get eaten every now and again.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
So
it happens.
do they just keep having babies and you have more, or what?
That's pretty much how it goes. It's the circle of life. Some die, many more are born, and then it continues to grow. It's how things go. But shout out to everyone in the chat. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Crimson Caravan Company, Manawalk, Nova, Bob from Accounting, Meanless back up in the chat, Unbanned. Good to see us. Sin Diesel, Edward Middleton, Rohit RK50K. Potentially, while we're on live stream, man, that'd be something else. Bitcoin has been absolutely
Bitcoin,
cooking.
am I right?
I know that Bitcoin. We're gonna
Looking
take
at
a
the
look
chart
at it.
now.
Right at 46,942 as of the time we're speaking here. Yeah, it's we'll give it a
Let's
slight round of applause.
go.
That's reasonable. On the year, just absolutely sick with it. This is a year ago today. Bitcoin was trading at $17,000. So quite a different scenario in just a year's time. My God, crypto comes at you quick, right? This is what I was warning about when we were in this range, actually right here. I was like, you guys, holidays are coming and I'm not going to be able to focus as much as I need to, so I'm going to hammer in right now so I don't have to worry about it. Things have gone well since then. But with Bitcoin's massive price surge, you did see a little bit of a haircut on the altcoin side. We'll go to the losers first. GMT, one of the biggest losers on the day with 14% down. TIA pulling off a little bit right at $13. And Filecoin, another notable one. Sats, FTT token. I know a lot of people are wondering why we're fading this one. It's not necessarily that I'm fading FTT token in and of itself. I just, I don't want to really throw support behind FTX after I saw them and all the things that they do. So, the other biggest losers, we got Helium here. Really not much loss, though. Caspa sitting here at 10 cents, though. That looks pretty good. What's that? Oh, my God. Owen Allen. I mean, he's making a sacrifice for his credibility for us to get this thing approved. So, we've seen it before. Optimism, $3.34. Man, Caspa is looking like a snack right now. Here.
Like a snack.
Yeah. This, what? I got to get your mic going. They got to be able to hear you.
Dude, his
Owen.
mic is like
I know.
way
He
up there.
pushes it like 20 feet
It's
away
not
from
even
him.
near him.
Unbelievable. Somebody make an AR-15 coin. Man, that'd be a thing. I always thought about what if an NFT came with like schematics for it? You know what I mean? Like that might be an NFT thing in the future.
Check, 1, 2.
People in the chat, I'm curious. This bear market, what did you buy Bitcoin at? What's the lowest you bought it at?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
16K.
I bet you
I wanna
many of
know.
the people in the basement did buy at the 17 to 15K
I bought it
range.
like, I think I've said before, it was like 15, 6,
Yeah?
58, something crazy
You got
like
the
that.
15 spot.
I got the
remember that
15.
day. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because I did the 17 and I was so proud of myself, even
Yeah.
16. And then you come in and you hammer it in
I
at
felt
15
good about it.
and a
I
half.
felt good about it.
Yeah, that was a good move. I'd imagine a lot of people in the basement chat did hammer in at that time. We were going nuts about the buying opportunity. That's where that clip of Kelly Killam's generational buying opportunity is now. It literally was in that 16, 15K range. And just an absolutely awesome year so far for Bitcoin, but we're not even close to where this thing's going to blow off at the top in 2025, in my opinion. This is just the lights are still on in the crypto realm, and the powers that be just can't stop it. So it looks like they're going to join it, and that's what I think is happening with this spot Bitcoin ETF movement. It feels amazing to see all of these massive talking heads pushing for this thing to actually happen. In contrast to the experience that I watched with gold and its ETF, you were able to do futures on gold well before you were able to have spot gold ETFs. Bitcoin talked about that version of digital gold, so I tried to lump it in as the same frame of thought, but then I had to start thinking about the velocity of information increasing, the demands from people across the world being more outwardly heard, in essence, because communication does move that much faster. And, it's a much different time frame than the U.S. was in 1933, per se. You're not relying on newspapers for your info. And we got just a few updates on the ETF. I'll go through pretty quickly because we're all well in the know. But this is from James Sci-Fi. We had him on the Discover Crypto channel.
How do you say his last name?
I think it's Safeart.
Okay.
Yeah. That interview, though, make sure to go to Discover Crypto.
It's popping off.
Yeah, we have an interview that I was on the sticks. It was really fun. I was running the sticks. DZ was interviewing him and Tim Warren. But he came out this morning just talking about the ETF filers, how wild it is to have this many going for this. Here's the state of the play for the fee war front. Lowest long-term fee is Bitwise Invest. And so they're trying to be the lowest fee to get access to this Bitcoin. And DZ talked about, kind of took the words out of my mouth this morning. It is hyper bullish to see these massive institutions like VanEck, BlackRock, Bitwise trying to offer the lowest fee available right ahead of time, trying to lay out the groundwork that they're going to be the most preferred avenue for this spot Bitcoin access to traditional markets. And many people are like, why don't they go buy these things now? Why don't these massive investment agencies go out and just buy the Bitcoin ahead of these approvals? They can't. Legally, they can't. They're held to certain allowances within their investing strategies and availabilities. And it is beholden to the SEC. They work closely in those guidelines. So seeing this gate getting ready to open opens up quite a bit of capital to come into the markets. It's something that we've been downplaying before it got so close to actual fruition. And now it looks like it's actually happening. We have a few things on that. VanEck, very, very crypto excited Twitter account of it. But VanEck is seeding a potential spot Bitcoin ETF with $72.5 million, while Bitwise has lined up $200 million of interest in this spot ETF, which honestly it does kind of look like it's coming down the pike. Here is a live look at the Van Eck Twitter algorithm runner. Me and Hannah have been talking about who's behind this. I think I found out who's running Van Eck
Those look
Twitter.
like some of our sweatshirts. The
I know.
pants.
He's
This
looking
guy literally got
fresh.
dressed in our. He kind of looks like Taco, but Taco has more color flair.
He's in the LV
this guy.
shirt.
Yeah,
Look at him.
I know.
Love
In the
that.
Supreme hat, he's got it going.
That's
on.
incredible.
He's
Drip,
got
drip.
it going on.
That is incredible.
It's been kind of interesting seeing the Van Eck try to get into the crypto crowd, right? And we also had just on the other side of the company, Standard Chartered Bank, one of the largest banks in the world, saying that Bitcoin would see a $50 to $100 billion in spot ETF inflows upon its approval in 2024.
Wait, scroll down. What is that picture?
This is EW Crypto. This is the
That's
new
awesome.
phone we're going to need for when this happens. I've been on the charts, trading the charts. I'm in a link long right now. I got in around like $13.10, I think $13.10. Doing pretty good right now. It's moving. I'm up. I set my stop loss here, so I'll at least make a 50% trade on it, but I have this long hanging out just in anticipation of a potential God candle because it feels very, very, very bullish to not have any roadblocks standing in the way of this Bitcoin ETF. And obviously I have basically moved everything out of my old bags, which is heavily Bitcoin and Ethereum, into like Chainlink, ICP, and Avalanche. Got a few other smaller plays on the side. But today is the day. Just like the day we hammered into AVAX, I had a cheeseburger today. Owen came to me asking, what's up? We're going to be carousing. We're going to be looking for the deepest blood. And
Where'd you get a cheeseburger from? That means a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Where'd you get it from?
It's Five Guys.
Okay.
Five Guys.
Big
It's a good
baller
time.
there. That's like
I
a $20 burger right there.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
you know what?
$20.
It's good, though.
It's no joke. It's
They
like
got the
$20.
Cajun fries, man. You can't
They
go
give
wrong.
you like a pound of fries.
Yeah, they fill a whole bag up.
I get the
It's
peanuts
incredible.
too. Y'all get the peanuts?
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
really hungry.
Oh, man. Good to see you, Dot Gun.
Let me ask y'all this, and people in the chat answer this too. Are you tired of ETF news? Are we just ready to move on with it? Approved, denied, whatever. I'm getting tired of hearing about it. I just want it approved.
Yeah.
This morning, I know Crypto Banter, not to talk about another channel, but he was saying like, I am kind of tired of it. I'm tired of hearing like, we're gonna get it soon. It's coming soon. Blah blah
Today,
blah.
tomorrow.
Over and over and over. But then this morning, he was talking about it, and he said we're like 48 hours away. Like it's no longer like months. It's no longer like
Right.
years. It's no longer. It was like it's 48 hours. Like
They're
2
saying
days.
January 10th.
So that's the only thing. I'm like waiting until the 10th, and then we'll see. Like, but
And the skepticism is not without reason. We thought we were going to get it a spot ETF in like 2017. You know what I mean? And then again in the next bull market, like the 2021 bull market. So the skepticism
It's been in the works for a long time, man.
It has, man. We've been wanting it for a long time. There's a lot of reason for the skepticism, even if it's just a postponement. There would be a lot of pain if there was just even a postponement. I saw a post that did a pretty good job showing the level of what is riding on this right now. This is from Bob X, current market overview, and we have
What is that?
XRP at the top, holding up Tron, Degens, DAOs, USDC, Ethereum, AVAX, Solana, all
The
hinged
stick.
on this Bitcoin ETF approval.
That's awesome.
The only thing that's safe is e-girls and real e-girls. Okay, that's the only thing that would survive the storm if it should get denied. At worst, though, I'm in the boat that we're just going to get a postponement, which again, that would shave some definite hair off of the markets in the short term. Like a postponement, you could definitely expect a 10% pullback, in my opinion, on that situation. But so far, it doesn't seem that's coming. We have a lot of people that have been bearish. I like to highlight Capo just to talk my trash about him. This is his thoughts for the next few days. Basically, a run up to 4850K for Bitcoin, and then a massive correction. But here's the thing that I found interesting is he actually is starting to inject a little bit of reason into his TA.
Is,
Giving him a little
is
nod.
this like TAs for if it's denied or what? I can't
this
read
is
the text.
postponement / denial. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It doesn't really have any specifics. He just
Okay.
thinks that the market's going to get overheated.
Yeah.
But the one thing I liked is that he is finally admitting that there is a massive line of support here at 30K. And that is something that I've been highlighting. It's not reasonable to expect 12K anymore, but looking for a good haircut down to 30K is not an unreasonable thing to have in the back of your mind. Like when you think about the potentials of things going bad, then it gives you the inclination to put some dry powder on the sideline so that you could take advantage of nasty, nasty dips. And instead of buying spot link, I went into that long, but if I didn't have money to go after, futures type situations, I would be just hammering in. I think link hit somewhere in the $12.50 range in one of the flash crashes this weekend. This weekend was highly, highly volatile, and you can expect that volatility to continue and honestly exacerbate. That's why I got this stop loss set pretty safe. Kind of just going to be chasing this thing up the line of, new levels of support as it goes. I'll let it cook here for a minute. If it fails, it only, I only pull home 50%, but I am looking for somewhere around a $17 short-term top for Chainlink. But again, I won't be completely getting out of the situation. Just move my stop loss up to a comfortable level where I'm still making good gains, and therefore the God Kendall. I remember the last bull market cycle, some of the biggest moves that I saw people in crypto and on crypto YouTube make were those types of positions where, there's like a long from Cardano at 2 cents, right? You don't need much leverage to make a big, big bang on those types of situations. So, but I use Blofin. It's linked down in our description. Hope Drew got an LG or Sony TV. I did get an LG. I was almost about to get a Hisense because I had a Hisense TV for years. I didn't put much value in a television. I only needed a small one so that kids could watch, kid cartoons on. Now that I have Zelda, though, I wanted to see.
Zelda's up to.
Now
How
it's
big did you get
serious.
though?
I went. It was a 55-inch.
I think that's what I have.
It's not that big, honestly. Like the one here we have in the studio. I think. What is this one? It's like a
70, and then
Yeah.
the other room we have an 85-inch.
yeah. It's nothing like that. Okay, but 55-inch TV for me. That's pretty big. I'm really loving it. Like Zelda is just
You and Zelda,
got me,
man.
It's got me.
Is that all you did this weekend? Was Zelda?
No, I did more than that. I think.
I played video games the
think-
entire week, and I'm not gonna lie, I left my house twice.
Did you?
Yeah.
I got my mom coming into town, so I had to do a lot of cleaning, like more and more cleaning.
Yeah.
This is from Crypto Rover. I like his TA to start with in the week. Looks pretty spot on. Market cap for altcoins flowing back into Bitcoin out of anticipation for the ETF approval. One thing I did want to note, though, is in this haircut that we had, go to the actual ones that held up the best. We got Internet Computer Token and
was that?
Stacks and Injective. Look at that. You like that?
I love
That's
it.
my opera voice.
Angelic.
Yeah. Internet Computer Token up 14% on the 24-hour. I feel really good about this, and I am going to be talking right after this about why I like ICP so dang much. Stacks, another project building on top of Bitcoin. And then you have the absolute savage project out of the Cosmos ecosystem, Injective, which no one should be sleeping on. It's a matter of just trying to find a good entry point. Injective has been up and to the right for quite some time. I do expect watching Injective over the past few months in comparison to the flash crashes in Bitcoin, thus the altcoin market, is essentially, more thought in my mind and more credence to the staying power of Injective, Stacks, things of that nature, and ICP, because these have been the ones that have lost the least and in most cases actually gained value when the rest of the markets were crashing. So I've been watching that happen pretty consistently over the last 2 or 3 months, and it's given me a lot of good feelings about those 3 projects to be kind of standouts in the next bull market, potentially even grabbing one of those top 10 spots in a post Bitcoin ETF environment. We all know, as I've said, that type of situation, if you are in the top 10, your market cap, in my opinion, is going to be at least $100 billion. It wouldn't be too out of mind or out of pocket to be looking at $200 billion market caps being that first number 10 spot in the mid 2025 end of 2025 blow off top range, which I'm watching for. I'm following time frames, not price action. So Stacks, Injective, ICP. I'm feeling good about all 3 of them. I hammered into ICP at like 350.
Someone in the chat's asking, what do you think the all-time high will be for ICP?
Yes.
What are we thinking, Drew?
Okay, so I think that ICP, this is a conservative. I'm going to give you a conservative all-time high.
Okay.
Well, I'm not really conservative. This is really conservative. I think ICP is going to capture a $100 billion market cap. And I think that all-time high price, after we account for the inflation within the token, we're going to have about 464 million ICP out about mid-2025 with the burning mechanism and smart canistered smart contracts. That would bring the price to $218 a token. So that is the price that I'm looking out for on ICP.
All right.
If it does break into the 200 billion range, this will give you some context. That would be a move to $437 a unit. So, and I'm glad you asked that because I had someone in the chat asking, how is it possible that ICP is going to make billions of dollars or anything like that? I have been through a few cycles and seeing the absolute explosiveness of these altcoins, the top chosen altcoins, when the bull market really gets cooking, has really opened my eyes to the potential, especially acknowledging that this ETF is around the corner. It seems that it's actually coming. I have to give a lot more. Availability for these altcoins upward trajectory, and in general, not really cutting them off at the $20 billion, $50 billion market cap. If they're top performers, if their community is there, they keep the notice going and they keep the development happening. That's where I see the real juice coming. ICP is one of the tokens I think is going to make a lot of people really upset because they faded it because of its initial launch when it was arbitraged. It started out on exchanges like $700 synthetically. Sheesh. And was, shorted into the dirt. A lot of people in retail got burned on that. So yeah, it's definitely a loaded subject for people to do. I was one of those people that bought $200 ICP. I bought one of them for that, and then another one for $100. Then when it broke under the $100 level, I just cut my losses, waited for a long-term floor to be established with it, made sure that all the mechanisms were working, the community's still there, and then I moved back into it at $3.50 a token. So that just gives you some context. But here's just a little bit about ICP. It's basically trying to build a internet on the blockchain. So if you go into, I want to just kind of show the basics of this thing to people so that they understand. It's an autonomous serverless cloud that is open to the public for internet, making it possible to build any system or service entirely on a decentralized network using canister software. And these are canistered smart contracts on Bitcoin. Now, that thing right there, you think about that, if you're able to build with smart contracts on Bitcoin, I think that the interest from the biggest investment agencies and largest fund managers in the world are going to be more interested if it's possible to build on Bitcoin. Yes, it's a little bit slower, but it's a much longer tested system than Ethereum. I know we're very, very bullish on Ethereum and the ecosystem within that, but if ICP does accomplish bringing smart contracts fully to Bitcoin and having this decentralized cloud, it's going to absolutely change the game. In the AWS based systems that we know today, if they're in crypto, think about if ICP actually does pull this off, they're going to prefer a blockchain based internet. That's a pretty, in my mind, that makes pretty simple, easy sense. So that is why I have good exposure to ICP. And I don't discount its capabilities in the next bull market. I say, Allen, thinking 300 ICP. Not out of pocket, especially if you see it's held on. I mean, it fell way back when we had the big collapse within the larger crypto markets. ICP fell way back, and now it's number 16 out of all crypto. I guess I'll do just a yearly look at this. Seeing this opportunity is where I felt great. This is slightly after the time frame where I saw a Chainlink at $5. This was it was like October 31st, about Halloween. And if you look back here, at the same time Chainlink was about $5.90, was in this range. And again, man, ICP at $3.20. Boy, how things have changed. They come at you quick. Live check on the trade here. All right, we're cooking upwards. We in it. Let's keep on moving here. So we have this. CleanSpark is announcing a strategic agreement for up to 160,000 Bitmain S21 miners, path to 50 hashes per second. So this is pretty amazing.
I've been to CleanSpark.
We love CleanSpark.
I've been there.
You were out there.
I did.
You were out there with me.
All their. Did you go too?
Yeah, I was the director.
That's right.
I
All
directed that.
all the miners were in mineral oil.
Yes.
It was so interesting.
I know. I wanted to touch it really badly.
Yeah, I mean,
What does that do? Why were they?
It keeps it cool. It keeps the
yeah,
miners
it's for
cool.
cooling.
Yeah.
Mineral oil doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't
Doesn't
affect
mess them
electronics. It's weird. I've seen people build PCs in fish tanks and then fill it with mineral oil. It's weird. The maintenance seems like I would not want to deal with the maintenance, but it's very interesting.
And one thing about CleanSpark I want to highlight, we get a lot of FUD against Bitcoin and its environmental impact, right? And CleanSpark literally upgraded the infrastructure for us here in Georgia because of the power necessity. With that value that Bitcoin mining brings, so does the money that you can upgrade state infrastructure with. You can literally improve the electronic flow around you by allowing Bitcoin to be integrated into your electrical grid. We're seeing this with Texas. We're seeing this with Georgia. And I hope that more and more states take advantage of this, because the other side of me is a prepper that's, worried or watching the potential for a grid down scenario. And that comes from having weak points in your electrical infrastructure that hasn't been upgraded since the 1960s at large. There are pockets of upgrades that have happened, but since America and the larger media have decided to spit on blue collar workers, you don't have an influx of qualified technicians coming into the industry. And thus you have a degrading of the infrastructure itself. So, this is something that, I'm watching closely. Meaningless SEC just tweeted.
I'm
SEC.
checking. You better be trolling.
Meaningless is a troll.
Yeah, I know. It's like, the charts would
Darn
react
you,
quicker than the
Meaningless.
tweet, I think. We're still going on up here.
I'm over here looking like what?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I
he
don't
wants
see
that ooh woo. You're not going to get an ooh woo out of
Also,
absolute pain.
there's like 260 something people in here. Don't forget
Hey.
to smash
Hit
like
the
button.
like button.
That's a good
Let's
turnout.
grow the basement. Let's get some more people
Let's
in here.
grow it. God damn it. Let's do it. I'm getting more active on Instagram too. I'm going to be making a
Are
lot
you?
more memes. I am.
Bro, the memes on Discover Crypto Instagram have
dude, you
been
guys are
fire.
Poppin'.
You've been
Yeah,
killing
y'all
it.
go follow Discover Crypto on Instagram and TikTok. We be posting on there all the time.
They got Top G in there in a short. It's got 2.7 million views.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know. I'm going to be digging in more into that, kind of give my own flavor to the memes. I'm a little bit more prepper minded, a little bit more cataclysmically inclined. So, I'll be watching that. We're seeing altcoins, the altcoin market cap flowing back into Bitcoin on the anticipation of all this ETF announcements. This was a post before Bitcoin broke into the 47K range. So it's kind of outdone here, but it's more, this is a great account to follow if you want wider picture Bitcoin price action direction, right? Not just a crypto weatherman here. Bitcoin, the pressure and suspense is building. Just talking about these bands below and above for moving averages and a really tight pinch. I believe these are the Bollinger Bands that he uses. I use Bollinger Bands as well. Absolutely love using them just to see when price is coiling up and getting ready. Like every time you see that coil and a huge breath in the market, these are the types of signals that I use when I am trading. So shout out to Matthew Highland calling out, and here's the ETF deadline, very, very close. God, it's coming right around the corner. Let's see here. Did you guys know an ICP smart contract that's launching this month is more saleable than all of ETH? I wouldn't discount it, but send me the info on that 3doc Bitfinity network. I'll have to check that one out. Owen's thinking about getting risky biscuits with me on it, so we might have
On ICP?
We're gonna be looking at some big winners. We're gonna do it. Owen,
right.
we're doing it. Probably
Trying
at
to
the
get
end of the
sketchy.
stream though. What'd you say? We're getting sketchy
So I'm
with
trying
it.
to get some sketchy coins in the portfolio.
I don't know if ICP
my
is
God.
sketchy. That's not the word I'd use.
A lot of people thought ICP was sketchy though, right? Like during the bear market, a lot of people were fudding it. I was, a guy getting chased out of town with pitchforks and flamethrowers when I'd bring it up as a good project to look into.
Yeah.
Before it broke $10.
Well, didn't FTX just absolutely destroy ICP?
They did. That's what the price action on it looks like garbage from. It's all futures derivatives based. So we got CleanSpark, we got the Bitcoin price action. We've already talked ad nauseum about FOMO. Here we go. SEC posting warning about FOMO and digital assets gearing up for a spot ETF approval. I would say so. They're warning against, oh my God, we're going to have to prove this. And please, please, please don't everyone leave the banks all at once. Holy hell. So, in my opinion, this is the SEC slightly tapping out, admitting a little bit of defeat in the background. Say no-go to FOMO. Fear of missing out just because others might buy a particular investment doesn't mean it's the right opportunity for you. And, honestly, broadly spoken, that's not bad advice. at
Their
all.
next tweet is going to be hodl.
Yeah.
HODL.
They'll have like a backwards Supreme hat on Gary Gensler next week. So, honestly, that's not horrible advice. Talking about trends and influencers and all kinds of increasing interest online, investing in an explosion of digital assets and meme stocks. Understanding these kind of investments may seem overwhelming. That's why you hang out with us here in the basement. Damn. They were like advertising for us right there. Yes, you don't want to just hammer into projects without doing a lot of your own research and honestly get multiple viewpoints about a particular project that you're interested in. Get the bad narrative, get the good narrative. Find what you determine to be the right course of action for yourself, because you don't want to just listen to famous crypto talking heads. I know I bring you the truth, and there's literally nothing that's, in my back pocket of monetary interest other than letting people escape the dying fiat dollar. But there are influencers out there that are tethered to certain projects and pushing them harder than others. So I just want to keep that out there, And a good example of that, we've been talking about Pendle for I think a year and a half or something like that. I do think that we cannot sleep on Pendle. God, Owen, we might have to do this one. We might have to go in on this one. This one's not bad.
I'll be honest, I've never heard this one.
Pendle, I am very bullish on. If you put little eyes right here, it looks like it's smiling at you.
You're funny, Drew. You're such a silly guy.
I know, but the one weird thing about this price is look at the left shoulder and the right shoulder are almost symmetrical. You see that? How they're kind of angled the same way?
It's like a mirrored thing.
Yeah, it's like
so
a
tell me about
chart.
Pendle. I honestly have no idea what this is.
It's an up-and-coming DeFi play. You know what I mean? This is just an up-and-coming DeFi play that you can put liquidity into. But, this is in the same line of frame of thought as, what's a good similar example? Pendle, Trader Joe, different systems like that. But I like Pendle. We've looked at it in the past. I do feel like the graph still looks beautiful to me. Owen, we got some decisions to make here because we only want to choose one. You know what I mean?
How much are you dropping in the one project?
What are you thinking, Owen?
$851.
$851.
If you had $851, people in the chat, what would you buy?
Yeah,
one project. One project.
What are you looking at here? We got to figure it out. We got that. Oh, yeah, this is kind of weird. The Department of Justice saying that we have 120,000 Bitcoin as a basis of $71 million. But today, the value of that Bitcoin is at $5.4 billion. So an original value of 71 mil cooked up to 5.4 billion. And if you think that the government isn't noticing that insane upward trajectory on assets that they hold in the background through seizures, you're kidding yourself.
There's a reason they're holding it.
I know. And it will, this bag that our government has is probably going to come into play heavily once you see Russia and China get more hard-sided about backing their currency in Bitcoin as well. DAG, easy 25X. I hold DAG, not a bad bag.
Hannah's converted people to pudgy penguins.
Yeah.
Pudgy penguins.
Oh, and get a little pudgy.
Oh my God.
I see some ADA. All right.
Yeah, some ADA. ICP, man. They want you to buy a pudgy. I don't think we can get a pudgy for $850.
Yeah, I think the cheapest pudgy now is $2,000.
Yeah. That's
wow.
Or a little.
That life comes at you quick. It does, right? So yes, we're watching the government. God, they got some.
I'd buy
some
ADA as well. So
you have ADA. You're a big ADA holder.
I'm a big ADA holder.
Yep. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, banks holding losses. Unrealized losses now account for 33% of all bank equity capital in the United States. Currently, banks are sitting on nearly $700 billion of unrealized losses, and this is just the thorn in the side within the Fed that helps us get past this insane increase in interest rates for a short time. I think that we have a 2-year window where we'll see the Federal Reserve pulling back on interest rates, thus risk assets moving heavily in response, but also the chance to buy homes at, once again, lower interest rates. I do think that that's coming to fruition at the end of 24, beginning of 25. And then, once risk assets lose their mind and have a bull off top, the Fed will clamp down harder than ever. In my opinion, it's going to look similar to the 70s and 80s, where you have a spike up to about 8 to 9% interest rates, a dip back down to 3 to 4, and then you realize that risk assets gave no Fs. The job economy gave no Fs, and you have to jackknife the interest rates nearly to 20% to continue the beatings until morale improves. So that is essentially what I saw on the graphs in the 80s compared to now. It looks very similar. You know what? We got to still look at Lithium. Lithium has been cooking. How's my trade? God dang. This is great news. God dang, it's still moving. All right.
Chain link, you said?
Yeah, this is chain link. I just like trading chain link because it's the graph I'm most familiar with. We got to look at Lithium real quick, though. I know we had a mining video about this a while ago. How are we doing? Seen some good things on the crypto. Ooh, baby. All right. This is what we like to see. Okay, $2.27 today. And the video ran out right around $1. So not bad. Still relatively small market cap in comparison to the rest of the markets. $145 million market caps, not a bill. And it's another strong proof of work coin. The reason why I felt good about Caspa and Lithium when Nick was talking about them is because I feel like the resurgence and interest in proof of work projects is bound to come back. Now that you have Bitcoin over that threshold of being environmentally sustainable, and all these talking heads, even the World Economic Forum, admitting that Bitcoin is used to improve the environment. It's an insane thing and shift in their narratives to see happening, but it's happening, and I got to call it out and actually give acknowledgement. Just because I hate them doesn't mean I'm not going to acknowledge the things that they are doing that are good for society as a whole. And admitting that Bitcoin can capture methane gas, landfill gas, all of these other gases that go off and we get yelled at by Greta Thunberg at the end of the year, every year for, we can mitigate those things with Bitcoin mining. It's a powerful tool. And the proof of power and energy spent in a digital infrastructure is going to be one of the most sought after resources on the planet once this is all said and done. In my opinion, it's already there. It just takes people time to realize it. So we got that. We're covering all the stuff here. Oh yeah, here's some Zero Hedge. This is what to expect this year, guys. And I've been talking about reverse repos. I've been using that second mechanism of quantitative easing, where they're buying back junk treasury bonds that aren't returning at the rate that inflation is increasing. Those are going to come to an end. Also, the bank term funding program that I've been hammering on is coming to an expire moment in March of this year, meaning that they will no longer have a Band-Aid on the bullet wound within the banking infrastructure and will have to lower the rates of interest regardless, so they don't send majority of banks across America insolvent. Thus, a security guard will be kicking you out of the lobby of your local bank if they do not do so. Fed cuts, allegedly, that's coming. We already knew that was coming from the Japanese Bank of Japan end of last year. They called out June clearly, and now everyone's starting to realize it. And quantitative tightening ends. So I'm in pretty good agreement with those, but I called them way earlier than this. But shout out to Zero Hedge. I don't mind their macro stuff. It's good to pay attention to, just to know when is the perfect, like when I look at interest rates and these bank things, what comes to my mind is, when am I hammering in on real estate next? That is what comes to my mind when I'm watching all these different metrics, because what I like to do and what's proven the best thing for me is to be in the crypto markets at the bad times and the doldrums, ride it into the bull market, and then move into real estate. I beg you. You cannot live in a Bitcoin.
Good idea.
You can improve your life, though. You know what I mean? And the people around you would greatly improve if we're able to stack as much real estate as possible for ourselves and our kin, so that the World Economic Forum's vision of own nothing and be happy is nothing but a faint memory of the past 10 years from now. If we all work together as a humanity and pull through this, move into a more sovereign, way to handle our finances and our physical bodies.
What do you want to buy, real estate wise?
I'm
Land,
gonna get 40
house.
acres, 40 acres with a lake.
Okay.
And I'm going to
Right.
get probably two. I want 2 houses on it.
Okay.
I want a carriage house for my mom. And I have enough time to clear land and build the kids. I want to get them tiny houses.
Okay.
Because
Get a storage container.
yeah, we just bought it's like a 12 by 20 or 12 by 22 she shed. It's for my wife. She's going to
What's
be
the square foot on that?
Literally,
I don't
Drew,
know.
my stepdad just bought one for my mom.
Really?
He's gutting it and making it her closet.
What?
That's awesome.
See, I am guilty of taking the closet from my wife. I'll openly admit it. Okay, it's full of armor. It's full of things. So, I had to do something. She's a fashion designer, a very fashionable, beautiful lady, and she has an artistic need. And, thinking back to how because I had a hard up coming. My brother died when I was very early on in my life, and I was a very angry individual.
Thank you, C90.
And to find a way to release that anger, focus it in a positive direction, super important that comes to mind with, her fashion design, doing arts and things like that. But I think it's a very healthy outlet to have for anyone, even when things are going great, there's always struggles and strife in life, and being able to focus that energy somewhere positive, I think is super useful. So,
But buying land, that's what you want to do.
buying land, that's what I want to do.
People in the chat, with your profits, what are you going to buy?
Now, what are you going to buy, Aaron?
Dude, my dream is to buy land and build a barn dominium on it with a big old garage with all my mud and vehicles and stuff.
Okay.
Have an area to shoot some guns, whatnot.
There you go.
Gosh, that'd be so fun.
I could shoot in my backyard, but there's a grandma that lives on the other side. I just don't want to bother her.
I could shoot too, but might have some people concerned.
They're posting on next door neighbor.
Literally.
I thought about buying a little 22 pistol because I'm having a squirrel issue right now. And I'm
Are you
bro,
really?
I want to.
Don't kill the squirrel.
You want to take him out?
I want to take them out.
No.
Maybe try.
Get out of my attic, squirrels.
Always in your attic.
They're going down the
That's
walls.
a different problem.
Yeah.
Don't say if you have a squirrel in your attic, okay, I would strangle him. No, I'm just kidding.
I was told that relocating him is actually not a good thing. It spreads disease, so you need to eliminate them in a humane way.
Yeah, I mean, a 22 is a very humane, quick way to do it with a. The advanced night vision goggles. Sack Nasty getting the 10K nods. I like that. That's definitely a must do on my list. Yeah, he wants to get the fancy ones. You know what I mean? I can't remember what the name of it is. It's just a monocular. I want to get infrared too. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's expensive. All
It
that
is.
stuff. You can get like night vision drones.
Oh,
What are some people? Let's see. Buy an island and land.
Island. All pudgies.
Iron goods or more
Every
land.
single one.
Who put pudgies? Pay off your house. That's a good one.
they got good goals.
Get out of California.
Someone said wife. Are you buying a wife? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, might be hanging out. Moby Rick, maybe. You know what I mean?
It's a
Drew
wife.
is my dad. I am Owen Allen's dad. Okay. Set traps in your attic. That's a good idea. And we got tons of pest control people around here. They live crazy lives. They deal with angry possums every day.
I have people come to my house and patch holes.
That's it. But why didn't they get the squirrels out?
They
I
shut
live
them
in a 100-year-old house. There's
Yeah.
lots of holes and bumps and whatever. I mean, look at people that are 100 years old. You're all lumpy and bumpy
what?
too.
Ian Diaz still has two sets from the Marine Corps.
I do have traps set up, and I got a trap for outside with some peanuts in it.
A 40K lawnmower.
I'm gonna bring the squirrels to Drew's house right down the
I remember
road.
when I first moved to my house, like dropping $5,000 on a lawnmower seemed crazy. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing calmer than driving around a smooth lawnmower for hours on
yeah,
end.
brother.
No one can bother you.
Yeah.
It's literally too loud and too chaotic for them to want to bother you. You know what I
Dusto
mean?
wants to buy land and mini cows. That sounds fun.
Storage units for Michael Moore. Okay, Michael Moore buying the revenue generating assets. Not a bad thing.
Build a storage unit.
Yes, I have
That
traps
always
set up.
strikes me like we need so many storage units out here because the houses are small. A lot of people use storage units for all their extra stuff that they
Yeah.
never even see.
Yep.
We're just gathering things.
I'm getting a shed.
You're getting a shed?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, they are PVS 14s. Yes, DoD. Let's see here. So right now, let's get back to crypto. Right now, altcoins are trading like pure disbelief, and I would agree with this. So here's the Wall Street cheat sheet, and it's highlighting this box right here in the disbelief section. You take we'll just zoom in a little bit just to get a look at the structure of that graph for the cheat sheet. Then we go to where we are in crypto total market cap. Kind of similar setup here. And this is the altcoin market cap excluding Bitcoin. So it is setting up where the moment, this is the healthy sign of life that I was noticing on many, many good layer ones like Avalanche. Solana had a little bit different structure of its graph movement, but at large, altcoins do look this way, and it's a very, very healthy graph to see. And even if we do see, pullbacks of, 20, 30%, as long as we can hold the general upside trajectory on your altcoins, you're going to be in a good position. This is just broadly spoken. You might be in an altcoin that gets rugged if it's a very, very small situation. There's not a bunch of valid data behind it. One thing that I always try to find when I'm looking at a project is doxed team members. If they're willing to put their name on it and they're willing to be out there in the public, that makes me feel a lot more at peace with holding that altcoin, because I know they're out there publicly doxxed, they're doing their best, and they don't want to get ran out of the digital sphere if they would do wrong. A&E channel storage wars, post-apocalypse will be lit. Wow, humble. Oh my God, he's talking about, man, imagine being able to see what's inside, because people forget their storage and like don't pay for it all the time, and then they sell the storage.
Have you seen where people? I've seen video series on this where people buy storage units and then live in them.
Yes,
secretly.
absolutely. Yes,
they don't post the videos until they move out, but that's crazy. They're like cooking inside the storage unit.
Dude, oh my God.
But yeah, imagine if it's an apocalypse and the storage places in Atlanta.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God, they would be attacked.
Yeah, and if there is a grid down scenario, do not go to the city centers.
That sounds terrible.
Do not do it. We got a crypto watch list from DeFi Investor came out. January 10th is the day we're watching for the deadline for a spot BTC ETF. And so Matic, an announcement regarding Polygon Zero Knowledge EVM is coming this next week. We also have Frax L2 launch expected very soon. Frax chain will become a points system. Vela Exchange, we've been calling out these decentralized exchanges for a while. It's really good to see them gain some momentum. Recently introduced credits, which mysterious points program. More details might be revealed in the next few weeks. So we'll be watching that to figure out what that is. Aptos with a $227 million token unlock this next week. And we have things like Stacks and Ordi likely outperforming the market. We saw that with Stacks and ICP. I don't think we saw that with Ordi. Let's check on Ordi real quick, because that's a good thing to note. Ordi, the BRC 20s. Let's see here. Orky, unbelievable. Let's see here. Yeah, it's done pretty dang good on the day, 7% on the day. Still well down on the week, though. Not a bad opportunity. Decent little shelf it's built up. Looks like it's waking back up. So that's within the BRC 20 realm. I'm not discounting its chaotic capabilities as the Bitcoin price action continues to heat up. Then we have STG Layer 0 version 2 is coming this month. Plus Zero token will launch in Q1. STG holders might get a Zero airdrop, as Stargate is the largest protocol built on Layer 0. So that is definitely something to take note of. Layer 0 is going to be a more common theme for sought after projects as we go into the next leg of this bull market resurgence. What up, Lee? Coming at us with the $10 super chat on his Jesus. Just treating him well. You know what I mean? The word of Jesus, I never have a problem saying. You know what I mean? I know Nick and me have, differing thoughts on this, but I know and acknowledge that the Lord works in mysterious ways. And he has the ability to work through meme coins.
Yep.
Wow.
I would say that.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice. This is Jesus. This is Jesus stuff. So we have this. Solana was good, but Arbitrum low caps are creating history. Arb low caps are already making 10 to 1000x daily. And here are 5 hidden gems with good upside potential from DeFi Leo at Ox DeFi Leo. A couple of these really stick out. The other ones I'm going to have to look into a little bit more. So we're talking about Arbitrum is up 175% in 14 days. It's the same gain that it had before the bull market on Solana. There's every indication that projects on Arb are growing, and this list will not let you miss it. So the first one he's looking at, GameSwift.io.
GameSwift.
Yeah, it's a modular blockchain network comprising of gaming optimized layer 1s and zero knowledge EVMs. Zero knowledge EVMs are all over the place for sought afterness here. I got to make note of that. Don't know why I did that. Designed on demand for specific games. And also the modular blockchain design is going to be something like TIA. Celestia token has that. Gained a lot of notoriety, a lot of sought afterness from that design. So I will be paying attention to G Swift. Here's the overall graph. Not bad. I mean, it's similar to a lot of other altcoins.
The games are just so bad right now.
I know.
They're so bad.
I know. That Shrapnel game looks really good. I haven't
seen it.
The Shrapnel game looks good.
I thought the Shrapnel looked really good, and I saw them during Art Basel. They had the house and put on like a whole event. It looked really good.
Yeah.
And then that was before
the CEO drama.
Yeah, before their drama and the price tanked. But you're still thinking that it looks good.
I wonder if Shrapnel is doing well on.
The games are so bad. I can't. I
Shrapnel,
know one day.
it's like a first-person shooter though. It looks pretty fun. So
It's got
their
good
price is like
graphics.
So a
back up a
crappy
little.
Call of Duty. Great.
Yeah, but on the blockchain, you know.
But on the blockchain.
And they have a good like Twitter presence. Like they have a good little community that's being built right now. And
$66 million market cap too. Very movable. And actually, this graph. And let's see if it truly
How
sparks
do you think
joy.
they're
Not sparking joy.
How are they going to get a play to earn game like popular amongst the gaming community? Because I'll be honest, the gaming community hates crypto.
Yeah.
They hate NFTs. So what is the strategy to get them to play this game?
I don't think that
I'd love to hear your thoughts too in the chat.
Yeah, I don't think that any new game on the blockchain is going to dethrone Grand Theft Auto or something like that.
Okay.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, or Zelda, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that there's going to be any on-chain games. I think that what we'll see, the best we can hope for gaming integration in blockchain to actually get to the masses. You know, Shrapnel, I expect the crypto community to like it. You know, like people that are into first-person shooters that are already in crypto would be, you know, interested in things like Shrapnel. For a normie, for people outside of crypto, I think you would have to take an integration from Pokemon Go or from Grand Theft Auto.
Speaking of Pokemon Go, did y'all know that there is a Pokemon Go Web3 version called Rebase? There's a lot of people,
Interesting.
like there's influencers
Really?
on Twitter. Yeah, Max and Kenny are two influencers that I follow. Influencers, they just play the game and then they are
Rebase.
technically ambassadors. But I was like,
Okay.
I really want to I have it downloaded. I haven't played it yet.
We got to check that out.
But yeah, it's like Web3 Pokemon Go.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, because like you have to have that big brand name that's already known to retail to really have that pull. I feel like, you know what I mean. The metaverse has already been created on GTA, so it's now how do you find the home for crypto? It can't be something where they have to copy and paste complex addresses mid game or even pre game. It has to be a seamless, easy process. So
I
keep
think
that in
personally
mind.
with gaming stuff, I think for there to be a top game like that, you're gonna have to just slide it under their table, and they're like, oh well, you're using this now on the blockchain, whatever. But I think someone said in the chat, I think a mobile game will be the first. I think a mobile game will be the first one to be like the one. It's like, oh, this is actually a play to earn game on the blockchain. 'Cause
Yeah.
believe it or not, mobile games bring in more money than like games on console, PC, and whatnot like that. That's crazy to me.
That is
It is
insane.
crazy.
That is insane.
Those
to think about.
micro transactions.
Yeah, it's
and on your
crazy.
phone, you can just double click Apple Pay.
If only I could sell all my Fortnite skins.
Very
I
sick.
spent way too much money on that game.
You know, and then another Arbitrum deep pick that I am watching here is Mosaic, ticker MOZ. It provides an AI optimized yield and liquidity strategy for Layer 0, or powered by Layer 0. And essentially, it's unique as it allows users to, with little to no DeFi knowledge, to capture complex yield strategies. I think the ease of use is the most important thing for strong upward trajectory. Ease of use and then security. If they have both of those things, then integrated into strong ecosystems, which Arbitrum is, I feel like Mosaic is a good move. I will check out the price action Mosaic. Let's see what we got here. So it's sitting at about 15 cents right now. Down. Oh, it's not down on the day. Get out of here. And this percentage feed is way off. It's just a very steady stair stepper on up, you know, and these are the types of coins. It's very new, very low market cap, $11 million market cap. Let's see here. Ryan Shoots, Drew asked you about my 100K portfolio Friday. In your opinion, will I have enough money at the end of the bull to buy wife a homestead? Ryan, I would absolutely say yes.
Depends what he has. What is he holding?
Well, he's got like 100K where he's got half of it's Bitcoin and then the
He
other,
has
I think,
one
50.
Bitcoin. and
Oh,
the
it's one
others at
Bitcoin is what it was?
Oh wait, I think I was watching when this
Yeah.
happened.
I think that as you
Yeah,
sit right
yeah.
now, but it depends on your location. Like Ryan, are you in California or are you in Seattle? Right? Because you know, $1 million home is the cheap side of town in a lot of different locations. So it really depends on where you're looking to live in that situation. But if you're sitting at a 100K portfolio right now,
I'm just curious what all he's holding. I remember he had one Bitcoin. He's asking if he should sell it or not.
let us know your other coins that you're holding. But at large, I feel like you have a strong ability to capture. If I'm sitting at 50K right now on my holdings, and it's all altcoins, and I feel pretty strongly that I will be getting close to $1 million at the top of the next bull market. So just take that. You know, I can't give you direct advice on where you're at right now, but that's how I'm seeing my situation. And in that regard, $2 million or $1 million would not buy me a pot to piss in the center of Seattle. or LA for that regard. But, if I'm out here in northwestern Georgia in the middle of woods or out in less populated areas, less sought after areas, then, you're talking about a few locations that you can get. So it all depends on the location. And in general, I think that you're sitting pretty, as of right now, I think that you're going to make it. So, but do let me know where you're looking to go, because that'll greatly impact how much you need to capture to actually own a house outright, and like this is the whole idea of the ability for crypto. It's really opened up my eyes to the ability to own my time, to take ownership of my time, to do what I want. Thank God I work here at Hit Network and it's crypto that is my job day in and day out. I would do this regardless, even when I was on the power grid sector or, protecting police equipment. I still was obsessed with crypto day in and day out. So I'm doing everything that I hope to do, and I would continue to do this even if I reach those levels. But yeah, the power of crypto and the situation we have right now is one of a generation. It's one where you can take control of your future and your time. If you make the right moves over the next 2 or 3 years, you're not going to be beholden to the conglomerates, the massive companies that chew you up and spit you out without a second thought, with that completely dismantle pension funds without a second thought, that leave the common man and woman to the side without a care in the world. We can escape this situation if we take advantage of where we are at right now to the fullest extent. So it is a pretty important time frame to be involved with crypto, to be smash the like too. Smash the like and get this stream out there so that as many people as possible can hear this message before it's too late.
That's right.
That's where it's at. And, on things that are too late, here's a report that the CIA has been accused and sued by Oversight Project for hiding records that analysis took monetary incentives to bury the COVID lab leak and finding during the height of flu season. Would you look at that? CIA accused of hiding records that showed incentives monetarily to Pfizer and Moderna and the powers that be for, leaking COVID out of a lab in Wuhan. So isn't that special? About 3 years too late.
From the New York Press.
Yeah, this is
No.
too little too late. This is about as good as impeaching Biden right now after he spent 4 years, confused on the stand, embarrassing us in front of God and country. This is far too little too late. I'll go into some other random
We're already
stuff I
past
found.
that foo-foo lame shit.
Here's not too far or too late. The German farmer protest that we covered last week has absolutely made a cataclysmic effect on the commerce and trade within Germany. So the head plan makers, the people that were trying to strangle the farmers out of the ability to use diesel for their farms, thus putting a potential for starvation out for Germany, especially as they enter World War III, has been met with strong opposition, not only from the farmers, but the truckers, and they have successfully shut down Europe's busiest highway as of this morning. Absolutely love it. This is the power of the people taking hold, and even stronger of a presence than we saw in Canada. So shout out to you out there in Germany, in the EU, for fighting back against sure dismay. Now we have this, brothers, this is where we talk about peak eye discipline. Look at this guy. Absolute G. Absolute G. You were just looking at this? Look at this guy. He has perfect execution.
What are we looking at?
We're
looking at a basketball player, right?
The real thing is what he's not looking at, Aaron.
What is it? I don't get it.
He's not.
I just see a basketball player.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's good. You're passing
I like
the
the
test.
kid.
Oh, wait. He has orange shoes on. It kind of looks like Bitcoin
He's got
shoes.
a kid. He's looking towards the Lord. You know what I mean? He's not sitting there groveling, being a simp. This is how you act like a true G in your day-to-day lives. Don't grovel or simp over someone else's wife. You know what I mean? Like, it's just gross, pathetic. And, I don't have any respect for dudes that do that. Now we have a large tornado touching down in Florida over the weekend. This is quite a thing. We are seeing a little bit more tornado action. The interesting thing to me is following the Colorado tornado process, but this is showing up here in just kind of south of us in Florida. Prayers to everyone that's dealing with the tornadoes out there. I know we have a large cold cell coming through, so you can expect more of these types of things to be happening. Just be prepared to the best of your ability. You can't plan for everything.
I think Ryan responded. I think he said he had Chainlink, Engine, and Tia, and Cardano. I think that's what he put.
Yeah.
What was it? It wasn't Engine?
It wasn't Engine? What was it? Can you scroll up? Let's see here.
I could be wrong.
Trying
I
to
try to
see.
remember them.
And scroll up to the top. Let me see if I can find what his bag he's holding.
It was INJ.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you're going to crush it. You have INJ, Link,
Cardano and Tia.
Cardano, and Tia. Yeah, you're going to.
And then the one Bitcoin.
You're
right?
doing just fine. Just fine. So now this, very odd. This is from Babylon B. Honestly, a satire, but this really hit home. Man becomes more conservative as he regains brain function. This is Senator Fetterman, and he's had quite a weird media presence. He started off, he was this, very idiotic appearing person that was going for Senate. It made no sense how this person ended up in power. And now, after going through brain, like he had like a brain surgery, something really bad happened to his brain. He's been becoming very based, very America focused, very America first. This is a Democrat that is turning America first. I think seeing people like this guy get more and more notoriety is healthy. This is not a us versus them. If you're red, it doesn't mean that you're against the blue. It shouldn't mean that. We should be open and express our gratitude to people even on the other side of the aisle that are showing America first incentives. Fetterman is one of those people, so I just got to give a shout out to him. I know everyone thinks I'm like hyper Republican who will not look at the other side, but I absolutely love seeing Democrats come out and question the war industrial complex that essentially makes up our government. It's not a healthy situation, and to have people on both sides of the aisle fighting back against it is what we need. So this is healthy for humanity, and I am bullish on this guy as he sits right now. So yes, my opinion of him can change next week if he says something completely out of pocket. But as it sits right now, not too bad. Where's the trade? Where are we at? Oh yeah, let's cook this thing up here. We are up by 125%. So not bad. Might have to scoot this bad boy right on up there just a little bit. And I'm going to be chasing this God candle, for the rest of the day, putting together the rest of the content. Honestly, feeling like putting together a deeper dive on ICP because I have a lot of people asking about it in the comments and want to make sure that, no one is left behind on ICP because I think that ICP is going to be one of the most aggravating cryptos to watch pump in 2025. It's going to piss people off because of how fast and hard it fell when it initially came out. And the great resurgence is, in my opinion, upon us for that token. So, with that said, man, what a show. We had a lot to talk about.
Is it over?
Yeah, I know. We
Already?
went fast. Time goes fast.
Dang.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right. But thank you for joining me, Hannah. Really appreciate you. Oh,
Great job.
I ate too much. I had a huge burger. Oh, yeah. Owen, what are we doing? Are we going to Mosaic? Is it Shrapnel, Mosaic? We got to decide.
What are you buying?
ICP?
Who won in the chat? Did you see who said the most?
I saw a lot of Cardano.
You saw a lot of Cardano?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Oh,
I already have Cardano.
Top.
You already have Cardano.
I was saying I wanted to put it into something risky.
Something risky.
What was that
Risky.
smile
Risky.
chart you were looking at?
Pendle.
Yeah.
Pendle. Dude, let's do Pendle. Let's
All
go
right.
Pendle.
Okay.
Let's go Pendle. All
go
right,
Pendle.
then. Aaron, I
Everybody-
absolutely love having you on here.
Bitcoin, baby, 47K. Let's
Yeah,
go. Hype.
That's right. That's right. It's
Come
all
to
happening.
ATB 4 p.m.
ATB 4 p.m. Follow it. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Go touch
folks.
some grass, even if it's cold.